besties, it's Kira. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video, we're going to be doing my June TBR. Last week's video, I think I said this video was my wrap-up. Like, girl, no. It's the TBR jar picks my reads. I don't know how these videos work. I basically just blindly put my hand in here, swish it around, pick a prompt, and then try to pick a book from my physical TBR. And then also, if I can find the book on Kindle and stuff like that, then I will read it off there. I think I'm gonna stick to 7 prompts. I think I've been doing 7 prompts for a while now because that is just kind of realistically how much I read. Be sure to follow my socials down below along with my Goodreads, Amazon wishlist, stuff like that will be linked down there if you want to check it out. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos by me. And let's just get right into it. Disclaimer, if I look burnt, it's because I am. Y'all don't even want to know what my legs look like. No further questions, please. First prompt, I have no idea any books that I want to read in the next month. I did just post my summer TBR / recommendations video, so I think I'm going to try to pick some of those books. Let's pick the first prompt. Book by an author you've never read before. Okay, made my decision. I'm going to go with Ready or Not by Cara Bastone. This book I just recently got. It's on my summer TBR, even though it really gives more like spring vibes. All I know about this is that it's a accidental pregnancy that she has with like a one-night stand, and her friend's brother, older brother, who I think she's friends with too, decides to step up and help her, and that's all I know about it. I'm really excited. I think it'll just be like a quick, fun read. I mean, it's like a little under 400 pages, and that's what I'm hoping for. Just a lighthearted, cute, fun book. We'll see. A book by an author that I've never read before. I'm gonna go with Ready or Not by Cara Bastone. Second prompt, let's see what we get. A book you loved, read it again. So this is usually a reread, obviously. Usually when I get the reread prompt, I always pick this book and I don't reread it. I don't know, it just kind of gives summery vibes, so I am gonna put it on here just because. Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan, one of my 5-star reads. Love this book. I like to explain this book without spoiling like the big main plot so people can figure out, and I don't even think it says it much on the back anyway, but basically it's about Bree and Archer. Bree comes back to the small town to kind of just get away from things, and then Archer has lived in this town his whole life and nobody has spoken to him and he has not spoken, is how I'll describe it. That's how far I'll go, but it's their love story. It's so beautiful. Like, it's so beautiful. I truly love it so much. Like, I really think about rereading this book a lot. So I think that this prompt is the perfect prompt to get, the perfect time to do it. A book that I loved, or read it again. I'm gonna go with Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. Prompt number 3. We're going down deep for that one. Cat chooses read. Okay, I've never gotten this one before. This is so fun. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay, I have 2 cats. And if I'm gonna be honest, the most interactive one would have to be my cat Cooper, who I love. So I think I'm gonna call him over, then put some books down, and then I'll have to choose. I don't know how many books I'm gonna give him. So I do like 3. Is 3 enough options? I'm gonna decide on how many books I'm gonna give him, 2 or 3. And we'll be back. You guys will have to see. Which one do you want? Oh, that one. Okay, good job. Sorry the lighting might be a little different. Cat was taking a fat nap and I had to get him up because I was like, the show must go on. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have time for naps. As you just saw, Cooper picked Hopeless by Elsie Silver, which I was hoping he would pick. I literally just picked a random other book and was like, don't pick that one. But I thought he was gonna come on around the other side because he was on the couch. I thought he was gonna like literally go around so that he comes straight towards both books, but he came from the left side and was obviously closer to this book, so maybe that's why I picked it. But hey, I'm not complaining. I mean, he chose what he chose, guys. If you don't know, this is the last book in the Chestnut Spring series, which is kind of bittersweet. I'm not gonna lie. I have Elsie Silver's other series and then her new series that I want to get into. It's about time that I read this book, and it's perfect cowboy small town romance season. This is about Bo and Bailey. I've heard, honestly, a lot of people were very disappointed in this book. Bo, you see him throughout the Chestnut Spring series, but he is one of the Eden brothers, and he was like in the military. Something ended up happening to him out there, and since he's been back, he's been just like really closed off and like giving everybody attitude. But that's because of just the things that he went through. He ends up like having to be Bailey, who is a bartender, ends up having to like fake date her or be her fake fiance for some reason. I don't know why. Kind of the gist of it, that they have to be fake married for whoever knows how long. Yes, I'm just ready to be back in this world with these characters. I think this is the perfect time to do that. A cat chooses my reads. I'm gonna go with Hopeless by Elsie Silver. Prompt number 4. We're like halfway there. Book set in a magical place. That is a fantasy. Alright guys, so I'm actually gonna pick a book that I actually put on my TBR last month that I just don't think I'm gonna get to by the end of the month. But I really do want to read it like soon. The Crown of Oaths and Curses by Jay Bree. I think the second book literally just came out. Like I mentioned in the previous TBR video, I got this as a recommendation from Raven-Haired Reader, who is Rachel here on BookTube. She really enjoyed this, said it was true enemies to lovers. There's no romance at all in this book, and she's a witch, and then he's a fae prince or fae king, and their kind hates each other. They're fated mates, which means that they can talk to each other through their minds. For a book set in a magical place, I'm gonna go with The Crown of Oaths and Curses by Jay Bree. I'll be better on Saturn. None of this matters. Dreaming of Saturn. Prompt number 5. I can count. Prompt number 5. Even amount of pages. Alright, so for this, I'm gonna go with another romance. Who is surprised? The Brightest Light of Sunshine by Lucina Cooney. This book has 412 pages, and 12 is an even number. I think I talked about this in my summer TBR as well. All they pretty much know about it is that it's kind of like a friends to lovers situation. It's like the guardian for his sister, so it's, you know, there's a kid involved in that sense. I haven't heard much, but someone did comment in one of my videos saying that it was one of their favorite books. So I trust the book bestie. For a book with an even amount of pages, I'm going to go with The Brightest Light of Sunshine by Lucina Cooney. 412 pages. All right, 2 more prompts to go. Prompt number 6. Book highest rated on TBR. Guys, I think I already know what this book is going to be. Like, I already know what book this is going to be. I'm still going to look it up. For this, it has to be a book that's obviously published, because some of my books that I have on my TBR are not published yet, but people have been rating them for some reason. So, alright guys, you're gonna look before me. Okay. The first one is Reckless by Lauren Roberts. That is not out yet. It won't be out till July. The second book is Crossroads, and for this one, technically that book does come out June 1st, I think. This book comes out June 4th, so technically it will be out for June. But like, it's not out as I'm filming this right now, so I'm not gonna count it. Which means that the next book is A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas, which is the last book in the ACOTAR series. And guys, I've just been putting that book off for way too long, just because it's so thick. But for the sake of the video, because you never know, I could just want to sit down and read it. I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do it. This is rated a 4.47. on Goodreads. I don't want to spoil what characters these are about, just in case you have not read the ACOTAR series or you haven't read up until knowing these characters be together. About 2 characters that have been in the previous books though, and I'm not a fan of the female character that is going to be the main character in this book. Like, I don't love her, but people say that she has some good character development in this book, and just like the things that she's gone through has made her act the way that she does. So I'm going to try to keep an open mind with this. And the male main character, he's kind of just there. Like, I don't really jumping up and down wanting to read his book. Nothing wrong with this guy. He's just not my favorite male character. It's just like these 2 are just not my favorite characters, and that's why I've not been inclined to necessarily like pick it up as soon as I finished the last book. I don't even know like what's going to happen in this book. Like what is going to happen that needs to take up this much space. I thought we were good. I thought we were fine and things were good, but I guess not. The highest rated book on my TBR is A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas, the final book that is out in the ACOTAR series, with a rating of 4.47. Last and final prompt for this video, random letter generator. So if you don't know how this one works, I basically just type in like random letter generator. It picks a letter, and then I have to find a book that has that letter in the title. Like it starts with that letter. See what our random letter is going to be. J. J. Let's see if I have a book that starts with the letter J. Okay, after some further research, the only book that I have that starts with a J is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, but I want to read yours truly first because I know it's an interconnected standalone series, you don't have to, but I want to read them personally in order, so we're gonna have to pick another one. I. Okay, I feel like I have things that start with an I, hopefully. Okay guys, I honestly don't feel like scrolling through my 170 book TBR again, so we're just to pick another letter and B. I'm gonna pick a book that is being published, I think, end of this month. The second book in the series, it's called Be Spelled, I think, by Laura Tallahassee. It starts with a B, so I'm gonna pick it. Basically, the first one is Bewitched, and it's basically about this girl who, every time she uses her powers, she like loses a memory, which I thought was so interesting. And I read that book, I think, back in October during like the witchy season. Really enjoyed it. I just had such a good time. It was so fun. She ends up somehow waking up this like spirit thing that has been trapped for like a very long time. He basically thinks she's his wife. And it's a whole thing. And I was just so caught off guard because I've heard nothing about that book ever. And I was just like put through the ringer. It was so crazy. But I really, really enjoyed it. That's all I'm going to say because I don't want to spoil obviously anything because it's the second book in the series. Random letter generator. We got the letter B finally. And I'm going to go with Spelled by Laura Tallahassee. A book by an author I've never read before. I'm going to go with Ready or Not by Keiralynnw. For a book that I loved, I should read it again, I'm going to go with Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. A cat chooses my read, I'm going to go with, I'm not going to go with Cooper. Ended up going with Hopeless by Elsie Silver, which, fantastic choice, boy. Fantastic. A book set in a magical place, I'm going to go with The Crown of Oaths and Curses by J. Bree. For a book with an even amount of pages, this book has 412 pages, and it's The Brightest Light of Sunshine by Lucina Cooney. For the book that is highest rated on my TBR that is published at this moment, it seems that it's A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. We'll see, guys. We will see. Is this the month I read it? We'll see. And then the last prompt was a random letter generator, and we eventually got the letter B, and I'm going to go with Be Spelled by Laura Tallahassee. So guys, that is what the TBR jar and some other factors have chose for my June TBR. I feel like it's a pretty good lineup, actually. Hope you guys enjoyed. I always love doing these TBR videos, and I hope you guys enjoy watching them. Make sure to follow all my socials down below, along with my Goodreads, my Amazon wishlist. All that stuff will be linked down there if you want to check it out. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos by me. And I will see you guys next week, actually, for my May wrap-up. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!